play and call it work. MiniWarGaming's Faction Focus!
Hey everybody, Matthew here from MiniWarGaming.com, and welcome to Game 1 of the Tyranids Faction Focus. I got Jordan here all the way from North Carolina, 13-hour drive. Yep. You and two of your friends, Dean and Frankie, made to come up and play with us for a couple days. And so they get to be our guinea pigs playing some 8th edition 40K. So before we go any further, I want to point out two very important things. One, this is my second game of 8th edition 40K, so I will make rules. Two, this is Jordan's first game of 8th edition 40K, so he will make mistakes as well with the rules. So that's just what it is. You just have to accept that. In fact, we'd like your help. Point out any rules mistakes that we make in the comments below. Although just quickly scan the comments to see if somebody else has already said it, and then just thumb it up or something like that, rather than getting really repetitive, I guess is what we're doing here. Now, what we're doing today is a Tyranid faction focus. What that means is there's going to be 2 videos for battle reports. So this one right here, Tyranids versus Astra Militarum. And then after you finish watching this one, there's a link in the video description to the second one. I don't know what I'm playing yet because I haven't done it yet. So it'll be Tyranids versus something else. And that way I can get a good idea of how the Tyranids work before I do my reviews. However, for you, the reviews are coming out on the same day, which are actually today. So there's also a 2-part Tyranid faction-focused review where I look at just how the Tyranids work in 8th edition compared to 7th edition and many other things as well. All of that is out today. And we're going to continue this. You probably already are familiar. We've already put out a few faction-focused where we have a 2-part review and 2 full battle reports as well. Well, this is just another one of those. So the links to all of that in the video description below. So I'm really excited for this because I really want to see if I can make Tyranids work in close combat.
I have a feeling you can.
I think so too. I think so too. Now it's going to be, it's hard to just base it off of one game, but especially because I haven't played them a lot, and so I'm trying to bring stuff that I haven't used before. So we're playing at, we're using power levels and we're doing match play. And so what that means in match play is it has some of the restrictions. We're doing battle forged armies, power level instead of points, just because it's a nice way to start. If you're just getting into it, definitely start with power level and then work your way over to points. We're going to do 50 power level, which is equivalent to roughly 1,000 points.
Yeah, that felt about right.
So it's a good size game, but it's not like a full size game. So it lets you try out the different mechanics of the game. But I'd say more like 100 power or 1,500 to 2,000 points is going to be your standard size game. So let's just jump right into it. Let's take a look at the armies as well as the scenario. Starting on this side, we have a 50 power level Tyranid Battalion Detachment. So this is the one step above the Patrol Detachment. Just going Battle Forge gives you 3 command points, but by doing the Battalion Detachment, you get +3 on the top of that. So I will have 6 command points to spend on stratagems. In order to bring a battalion, you need at least 2 HQ and 3 troops. So my 2 HQ on this side will be a Tyrant. So this is a Hive Tyrant that I've given wings to, and a monstrous Lash Whip and Bone Sword. And the wings give him the fly attribute as well as a 16-inch movement instead of 9. And so you can't think of him. Just forget everything you've thought about 7th edition. He does not work that way. It just basically makes him like a jump infantry if you're trying to make any comparisons. So he's not hard to hit. You can charge him. He can't go up in the sky in such a way that you can't fight him. And he's just on the ground. But he is very tough. His synapse range is 12 inches instead of the standard 8 inches of everybody else, so that's handy. And he's going to be a monster in close combat. And because we're doing power level, we're basically just taking whatever upgrades they can take, so he will have adrenal glands and toxin sacs. So the adrenal glands give him that +1 advance and charge. He also knows 2 psychic powers in addition to smite, and can actually manifest 2 psychic powers. I'm not sure which 2 I'm going to give him. Onslaught would be nice. Allows me to advance and charge. There's also the one that gives me 5 up feel no pain, and then there's the one that makes my enemy get -1 to hit and -1 leadership. All are useful. Well, it's kind of, I'm going to wait to see what I decide to do. I'm not quite sure yet. My other HQ choice is a Broodlord. Yes, Broodlords are now HQs, and they are now synapse creatures, albeit with an 8-inch synapse range. So he's just a monster in close combat. Any Gene Stealers within 6 inches of him get +1 to hit in close combat. So basically the 3-ups go to a 2-up. And he's got a 5-up invuln. He can charge even if he advanced. That's the same rule that the Gene Stealers basically have. And he's just awesome close combat. He's got 6 wounds, toughness 5, 4-up save naturally. And he's also a Psyker that knows Smite +1 of their power and can manifest 1 power. So we got basically 3 psychic powers that I'll be using per turn. In troop choices, we got 3 groups of 5 Gene Stealers. So Gene Stealers follow a lot of the attributes of the Broodlord, where they can advance and charge. They have a 5-up invuln for being all tricksy like that. And I gave a lot of them Scything Talons, which just gives me the option to use the Scything Talons instead of Rending Claws. If I'm up against something that doesn't really have armor, Scything Talons are better because they give me more attacks, but we'll just have to wait and see. I'm just going to WYSIWYG it. I just grabbed a bunch of them, so whatever they happen to have. But they do have Adrenal Glands and Toxin Sacs as well to make them that much faster. In my elite slot, I've got 4 individual lictors. I basically had 8 points at the end. I'm like, well, lictors are 2 points apiece, or 2 power rating apiece, if we're going to be proper with the verbiage here. So I brought 4 of them. They get to do hidden deployment, where it's basically the deep strike. Everybody has different names for this rule, but it's the same thing, where they, at the end of any movement phase, I can put them on the table more than 9 inches away from the enemy, and then they can still charge, they can shoot, all that kind of stuff. And they actually get to re-roll their charge distance when they first get placed. So that 9-inch charge they have to make, although I think they'll have Adrenal Glands, so I'll have to roll 8. I'll be able to re-roll, so that's kind of nice. And then we got the Haruspex, who is now terrifying. He is also an elite, so that gives me 5 elites in total. I can bring up to 6 in the Battalion Detachment. He's got a nice move of 7. His toughness 8. His strength depends on how many wounds he has, but it starts at 7. But his weapons have gotten a little better. So he's got a couple close combat weapons. He's got a Ravenous Maw, which is this big old mouth right there. And essentially, whenever he makes attacks with it, it does D3 hit rolls instead of 1. So his 4 attacks can become 4D3. Alternatively, or in addition, because he can mix and match his attacks, he can use his Shoveling Claws, these big old chompers right here, and they bring him double strength. So when he's at full health, he's at strength 14 with those, and yes, your strength can go above 10. And minus 3 AP, D6 damage apiece. So that's obviously what I'll be using if I get in contact with any of the vehicles, and then I'll use his Ravenous Maw if I'm up against more hordes. And he's got Acid Blood, so every time he takes a wound on a 6, the unit takes a mortal wound that deflected the attack. It's only on a 6, but still it's nice. And if he kills an enemy with its Ravenous Maw, he can immediately make 1 extra attack with his Shoveling Claws. And it's each time he slays an enemy model. So I'd run into a group of infantry, do my 4D3 attacks. Let's say I get 6 or 7 attacks. Hitting on 4s, unfortunately, is all I hit on. And then wounding on 2s, most likely, against little guardsmen. Then I'll get an extra 2 or 3 attacks with my Shoveling Claws as well. And if he, at the end of the fight phase, if he slew anything with his Ravenous Maw, he regains 1 wound lost early in the battle. But when he dies on a 6, everybody within 3 inches, friendly or foe, take 3 mortal wounds as he lashes out and just in his death throes. So he's pretty awesome. And he does have instinctive behavior, though, which is not too big a deal now, because the lictors all have that too. The Gene Stealers do not. But all instinctive behavior does for the Tyranids now is that they have to charge the nearest enemy, shoot the nearest enemy as well, if they are not in Synapse. But we have a 12-inch Synapse creature here, an 8-inch here. Also, if you're in Synapse, you automatically pass morale tests. That's not going to be too big a deal in this one, just because I have all individual models, so they don't really take morale tests. And then groups of 5 Gene Stealers won't take them very often either, just because if they lose 1 or 2 guys, rolling a d6 plus that 2 won't really exceed their leadership. So Synapse won't be too important, but it will be nice to have, just to give me that little extra edge. So that is my army at 50 power level. And over here we have Jordan's. This is the Battalion Detachment as well, right? Yep. Of Astra Militarum, with some Militarum Tempestus. Actually, no, not Militarum Tempestus, the Officio Perfectus and wherever the Ogrins come from.
The Auxilia.
The Auxilia. So they all have the Imperium keyword, so they're allowed to be brought in the same detachment. And since it's a battalion, you're required to have 2 HQ and 3 troop. So why don't you walk us through what you decided to bring for each of those slots?
So for the first HQ, this is a company commander. He's got a power maul and a plasma pistol. He's a senior officer, so he gets to issue 2 orders. Orders now are within 6 inches, unless you're next to a Voxcaster, which can broadcast them out 18 inches.
Essentially, he has to be within 3 inches of a Voxcaster, and the unit has to have a Voxcaster, and then he can broadcast at 18.
Yeah, that's right.
So he just has to be near here, and they have to have one too. But since we're playing power level, you might as well just give them all Voxcasters, right?
Yeah, everyone's got one that can take them.
And the orders automatically pass.
That's right.
And they have some pretty cool things they can do, like rerolling 1s to hit, rerolling 1s to wound. You can do an extra move. If you're in combat, you can actually immediately fight in the shooting phase.
Yeah, fixed bayonets.
You can actually fall back and shoot, so that's kind of cool as well. So lots of neat things there.
That's certainly helpful. And then I got a Lord Commissar right here with the Power Fist plasma pistol. He's from Officio Perfectus. But he's an HQ as well. Commissars have changed a little bit, so I think it's guys within 6 inches that take morale. They can never take more than 1 wound.
So essentially he shoots 1 and the rest of them stay put.
Yeah, that's right, which is pretty helpful.
And they get to use his leadership within 6 inches, leadership of 9.
Yeah,
so it's going to be harder to make you break with the guys near him.
Yeah, absolutely. So shall I roll into troops? I'm going to go through them. So this is a basic infantry squad. They've got a sergeant right here with a bolt pistol, a boxcaster so he can accept the orders hopefully, and then an autocannon. 2 guys can still combine into a heavy weapons team. So this squad's going to take an autocannon. We got another identical squad right here, except they're going to take a missile launcher. Hoping missile launchers are going to be useful this edition.
We'll find out.
Yeah, same thing, and a missile launcher right there. And then as far as heavy support goes, we've got weapons teams. They're no longer part of a platoon. They're their own heavy support option. So they're going to take 3 missile launchers, really doubling down on missile launchers. Then we have a Lehman Russ battle tank. It's got a Vanquisher cannon and a las cannon. And I think the every heavy weapon takes -1 to hit now when they move.
If you move, yeah.
But the Lehman Russes, the turrets don't take that penalty when they move, which
So
is
just
nice.
the turrets, so they can move much further than 6. I think they have a movement of 10 now.
Oh yeah.
And they can still fire that at full ballistic skill, or yeah, they're full ballistic skill basically, but not the las cannons or the sponsons. If they move those and they're heavy, they'll get the -1.
Yep. So over here we got a Demolisher, Lehman Russ, and it's got a Demolisher cannon, 2 multi-meltas, and a las cannon. Next we have a dedicated transport. It's a Torox. It's taking the auto cannons and a storm bolter. It's going to be a transport for my veterans over here. Veterans are now an elite choice. So I took 1 heavy flamer, 3 melta guns. I have a sergeant, and they also have a boxcaster, hoping to take some orders. And then the Bullgren over here, you can mix and match. So 3 have slab shields, which gives them a 2-up armor save, and Grenadier gauntlets, which are, I think, a D6 grenade, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Strength 4.
Yep. And then over here we have Bullgren with Bullgren Mauls, I think is what they're called, and a 4-up invuln from their brute shields. So now that you get to pick which guy takes the wound, I should have some versatility there.
Yeah, if it's a high AP, put them on the invulns. If it's low AP, put them on the 2-up saves, right?
Yeah. So
Until they start taking wounds. As soon as you take a wound on a guy, you
gotta
have
keep
to keep
taking
putting
it.
it on him.
Yeah, so there's a
until
little
he's
risk
dead.
reward there. All right, and the last elite choice is going to be the company command squad, which he's going to stay 3 inches of to try to use their boxcaster. They've got a flamer, they've got a platoon standard.
He doesn't have to be within 3 inches of that Voxcaster, though, right?
Oh, it's any boxcaster.
yeah,
that's
because
right.
he could
You
actually
use
stay
anyone.
near one of the troops and use his Voxcaster.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, so because that one that he's near obviously is within 6 inches for their orders, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
That's true.
So something to think about, that you don't have to have the command squad.
Oh, right. Yeah.
But
they
it's
don't-
useful still to have the command squad.
Right.
Because the regimental standard gives the 6-inch bubble. Where
Yeah,
they,
+1 leadership.
+1 leadership, and then you've got your
The medic over
medic
here
who can
and
choose
that.
any unit within 3 inches, and on a 4+ they regain a guy that they lost earlier in the battle.
Yep.
So still useful, but it's just you don't need to take it just for the Voxcaster. You have a lot of things you have to break away from the way you think about 7th.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you'll come in with preconceived notions like that. For example, you're like, oh yeah, I need a command squad as the Voxcaster. And it's like, oh wait a second, it just says 3 inches of a Voxcaster.
Yeah, so I can roll with a regular infantry squad.
Exactly, if you want to save the points and do something else with that. But they'll still be useful, so it's an interesting list right here. Lots of shooting, obviously, and a little bit of close combat. And I look at it and I'm like, ooh, how are my guys going to handle this? But we won't know until we try. We're going to be playing on this wonderful swamp board provided by Table War. They provide us with a ton of mats, and we're very thankful for that. You should go check them out. They're awesome mats, very high quality, and very, very useful and affordable. And we're going to be playing Retrieval Mission. So this one you have is an Eternal War mission. We have 4 objectives. We roll off to see who places objectives first, and then we go back and forth. Whoever places the last objectives, whoever fails that roll off essentially, gets to choose the deployment map and which deployment zone they're going to have. We then alternate deploying, and whoever finishes deploying all their guys first, which will be me because I have 2 less than you, gets to choose who has first or second turn. So there's a lot less randomness when it comes to who's going first. So we're going to roll off, we're going to get everything deployed, and show you the results of that. Rolling off, I won the roll off for choosing who places objectives first. I chose to let Jordan place first because whoever places the last objective gets to choose the deployment type, which is very important for Tyranids because they don't want to be too far away. So we placed 4 objectives, and knowing that, it's a really interesting meta because I knew that I was going to be able to choose the deployment types as we place the objectives, but Jordan didn't know which one I would choose.
Yeah, so I had to stretch them out.
Yeah, and so I ended up getting 3 nice and close together over here, and then there's one over here. And then I chose Search and Destroy, which is the table quarters. So basically you have table quarters, but you have to stay 9 inches away from the center. So you see this little circle here that's 18 inches away, except for, the closest parts of that circle. And yeah, so I just deployed all my guys right up as far as I could. And we had to go back and forth. I knew I had way less units than him because my 4 lictors were going to be in my hidden deployment. So I also knew I was going to get first turn, unless you roll 6.
Yeah,
That could wreck my day. Well, or make it more even maybe. And as Jordan was deploying, he realized the nuances of deploying one unit at a time that you could then not go back to and change.
Yeah, I was just out of 12 inches here, which means the flag can't affect both
Not yet.
units.
In your turn, you can kind of move your guys around. And I don't think morale is going to be too big a deal for you, just because you got the commissar over there to help and the flag over here. And I'm not a shooting army, so it's really, if I charge you with a group of gene stealers, most likely I'll kill most of the guys. So the fact that your morale is not as good won't make too much of a difference.
Yeah, I'm in trouble anyway.
Yeah, and maybe you'll regret putting your guys so far forward rather than having more firing lines.
But I had this nice piece of terrain that was blocking me from putting them too
Yeah,
close.
I didn't even choose my quarter based on that. Afterwards, I'm like, oh, hindsight, that's a really nice thing to block, having like really far lines of fire, right? And since I finished deploying first, I get to choose who goes first or second. I will choose myself. Would you like to try to seize?
Yeah, I will definitely try to see.
On a 6.
All right, here we go.
Oh, 2 for 2. Both my 8th edition 40k games. The initiative has been seized. Okay, Astra Militarum turn 1.
All right.
Moving your missile launcher squad out of the way.
Yep.
You're like, what? I get first turn?
Yeah, they
Reposition.
I'm playing on that tank. Doing that.
Yeah, you thought I'd be a little closer.
Yeah,
So come into range of your, you had to be coming to range of your demolisher cannon, but now you got to get up. What's the movement of Lehman Russ?
Oh, I gotta go check.
You were about to move him 6 inches. I saw you do that.
Yeah.
It's like, no, do not refer to 7th edition rules, because they're probably wrong. So you could go 10, but you're like, never mind. We'll just go
I can get within 24 right there.
try to take out that Haruspex, do some damage.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna try to spread these guardsmen out 6 inches to try to cover that first charge that I think is gonna be pretty horrible.
So you're basically trying to make me charge guardsmen instead of the Bulgrins.
That's right.
And then the guardsmen could always fall back, even take an order so they can shoot after falling back,
That's right.
and go after them. Other ones are going to do the same thing. Yeah, because getting the charge is a big deal. And I don't really have any shooting. I have a tiny bit of shooting, but really not much.
Yeah. And so they're gonna have to get out of cover then.
Yeah.
All right, let's try to pull these guys back. And you can consolidate 3 inches into my unit,
Yep.
but not through my models.
No.
Okay.
But if they're dead, then I can pile them and engage you.
Yeah.
But then it'll be your turn, and you get to pick the first unit that fights in the fight subphase.
Okay.
I know, lots to think about,
Yeah,
right?
right.
Is,
Yeah,
it, is it hurting your head yet?
Yeah, a little
And I can
bit.
see that you're still putting your shields out front, as if that matters.
Well, I do. Well, they have. They just have ranged weapons.
I see.
That's what my thought was. Although,
Yeah.
I had been doing that.
Yeah.
So the commissar will just come up to try to protect these units a little bit. So
Provide his, you're not going to run away bubble.
Yeah, we'll try.
The company commander just needs to stay near a boxcaster.
Yeah, he'll move over there.
Any boxcaster.
I'll move. These guys will at least hang out with him. Try to keep that platoon standard within 6 inches. Multiple squads. Alright, so we're going to shuffle these guys up because they have a 14-inch move now. But I'm going to try to stop him from getting a 9-inch infiltrate on me.
Yeah, your lictors in the back lines.
Yep. So I'm going to move some guardsmen back. Try to make sure he doesn't have that 9-inch capability.
Now you do have Voice of Command special rule, which lets you issue orders to units within 6, or if you're within 3 inches of a boxcaster, that's the word, then he can issue 18 inches to units that have a boxcaster as well. So basically he's in an 18-inch range of all the infantry units. And since you're a senior officer, you can issue 2 orders. Which 2 orders would you like to issue?
I'm going to bring it down to this squad over here with the missile launcher.
So bring it down as reroll 2 wounds of 1.
Yep, that's right.
And
first rank, second rank fire on this guard squad.
that makes last guns and hotshot last guns rapid fire 2 instead of
That's
rapid fire 1.
Yep, I was going to say, I was going to try to give these guys the orders, but I forgot they don't have a boxcaster.
That's
and
right.
I'm moving them too far away.
So he's more than 6 inches away.
Yep. All right, so we're going to fire frag missiles into that Gene Stealer squad over there.
The closest one? This one?
Yep.
They each have D6 shots with their frag missiles.
All right.
Oh, 15 shots.
That's pretty nice.
Now you did move with heavy weapons.
Yep.
So it's 5s to hit instead of 4s.
That's right.
So hopefully you can make up for that ridiculous roll by rolling lots of not 5s.
That's true.
4 hits. Ugh.
I guess you
And then 4s to wounds. Strength 4, toughness 4. 2 wounds. Got a 5-up armor, 5-up invuln. Doesn't matter which one I use because you don't have any AP on this weapon. So 5-up. Come on, give me 1. Oh! Not liking where this is going so far. Getting the initiative seized on me. 2 guys die. Fire at the closest squad. Not that you have to fire at the closest squad, it's just the one that you targeted, right?
Yep.
So these 2, I'll pull the 2 from the back.
Oh, there you go.
Next up this squad, what's their target?
They're going to fire at the horror specs.
So they're first rank, second rank, so they're rapid fire 2.
Actually, you know what we can do now? Actually, I'll fire the last guns at those Gene Stealers and the auto cannon at the horror specs.
Ah, now we're learning. So you got 14 shots between the 7 guys with blast guns, hitting on 4s. And they're strength 3, so winning on 5s. 2 more. Come on, guys, save at least one of these. 5+. Oh, seriously? Oh, that sucks. And your autocannon's 2 shots, strength 7. So hitting on 4s because you didn't move. Oh! 7 versus toughness 8, so 5s to wound. Nothing. Okay, good.
So we're going to fire the Demolisher at the horse specs over there.
Demolisher cannon has D3 shots. 2. Hitting on 4s because you, for the turret weapon, you ignored the -1 for the heavy.
That's right.
Oh no! Strength 10, so 3s to wound. Fail one of these, please. Oh no! My 3+ save becomes a 5+, or is it -3? Is it -2 or -3? Demolisher cannon.
-3.
Oh, 6+, make 1. Oh, I can't do anything. Now they do D6 wounds each. Go ahead, roll it. D6 wounds each, so 2d6 wounds. Okay, good. 4 wounds. Already down to 9 wounds. I know he could have done a lot more wounds there, but hitting with everything, wounding with everything, and me failing every save. Ugh. 2 multi-melts next. Now they're heavy, so you hit on 5s, because only the turret weapon. Oh, what do you stop it? Stop it, man! They're strength 8, so they wound on 4s, so you can't possibly make both of these, because they don't get a save. Oh! And they do D6 wounds each.
Let's trade those out.
Just roll it. So he's down to 1 wound. Well, he is crippled. What is with your rolling? Then you got your last cannon, hits on 5s. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, there you go.
That's your first miss.
Yeah.
Like, what the crap, man? What the crap?
So the second guard squad will fire at these Gene Stealers over here.
7 last guns, hitting on 4s. Wounding on 5s. Oh, yikes. Now I get a 4-up armor because I'm in the ruins, so my 5-up becomes a 4-up. Nice. Yeah. And a frag missile gets D6 shots. Naturally. Oh, good. I was expecting. Yeah, we hit it on a 4. Okay, look at that.
There we go. So just to try to get first blood, this Vanquisher is going to shoot at that lone Gene Stealer over there.
Finish him off.
Yep. Right.
So hitting on a 4 because it's a turret weapon.
Ooh.
Yeah, you miss. You can do the last cannon as well.
Yep.
Hitting on a 5 because you moved. That misses. Then missile launcher right here, firing a frag into that group of Gene Stealers. D6 shots. 3. Didn't move, so hit on 4s. 1, and then wounded on a 4 as well. Strength 4 versus toughness 4. 5-up save. Oh, look at that, I made a save. Yay. Okay, so that's all your shooting. Harspec's almost dead. Very, very, very close to dead. Thankfully, his movement's not hindered by him being down, but his hitting is hindered and his strength is hindered. Now 5-up to hit and only strength 5 instead of 4-up to hit and strength 7. So yeah, he's not going to survive much longer. But I would have to take morale checks, except I have 2 synapse creatures, so everybody is going to automatically pass them. It would only really be a threat to the one that lost 4, because I have leadership 9. Mm-hmm. So then I could roll, if I rolled a 6, I could lose the last guy. But I'm immune to or not immune, I automatically pass the morale test. So yeah, that was pretty brutal. Basically, you get into free extra shooting instead of me just charging up, killing guys, and then you getting your shooting. But let's see what happens in Tyranids turn 1. Well, let's try to get some retribution. The Haruspex is going to advance, so we'll move 7 plus 3, so 10 inches. Normally you can't advance and charge, but the Hive Tyrant knows the psychic power that says otherwise. And Gene Stealers and the Brood Lord have a special rule that says they can advance and charge. This one Gene Stealer is going to advance, so he'll go 8 inches plus that 3, so 11. Buddies with the Haruspex. Hive Tyrant will fly forward 16 inches, right to there. Gene Stealers right here will advance, so they're going to go 13 inches.
Wow.
I'll bring them right up to there. Hi guys, how goes it? This Gene Stealer squad will advance 10 inches. That'll bring him up to here, so a little harder charge. Not impossible. Broodlord will advance, so he'll go 10 inches. So he'll jump up to here. Psychic Phase, I'm going to try to put Onslaught onto the Harspec 6+, which I make. Oh, I should have cast Smite, because that would have been D6 mortal wounds. Then the Broodlord's going to try to cast the Horror on your tank that has too many shots. It'll give him -1 to hit and leadership. I pass. And you don't have any Psychers to deny the Witch, so you can't stop it.
Okay.
And he can actually cast 2 Psychic Powers, so I will also cast Catalyst, which is a 6+, which I make, and that gives any unit, I think within 12 or 6, doesn't matter, because I'm going to either do him, probably him, will give them ignoring wounds and mortal wounds on a 5+, so basically feel no pain. And once again, I forgot about my reserves, and Jordan just reminded me, and he's letting me put them on right now, so that's twice in a row that I forgot about them. Man, I got to get better at that.
They're going to be terrifying.
Yeah. So 4 Lictors coming in from hidden deployment. Anywhere on the table at least 9 inches, more than 9 inches away from an opponent. So I'm going to deploy them all here. They're more than 9 inches away from any squads. These 2 not in trees, because I get -2 to charge if I'm in there. And 2 of them in trees. Lictors have a special rule, they're hard to hit, -1 to hit. And they also get additional cover if they have cover. So these 2 that have the +1 cover will actually have +2, so their armor will become 3+. Hopefully that'll make them survivable, so next turn they can do something. I'm going to do the Grasping Tongues 12-inch shot. I'm going to fire it against your missile launchers, but it's an assault weapon, so I can shoot it even though I advanced, but it'll be -1. And I'm also already only hitting on 5s because I'm down to 1 wound, so it'll be actually 6s to hit. But if I do hit, it'll probably kill him because it'll wound on 2s and do D3 wounds. Yeah, I missed. That's all my shooting. So let's do a charge. I've got a couple ideas here. I'd like the Hive Tyrant to actually charge the Ogrins because I can stick them here and I can multi-charge these guys with him. Because as long as I declare I'm charging them, then he can go there.
Within an inch of other guys?
As long as I declare I'm charging them. I can't go within an inch of guys if I haven't declared I'm charging them. I can pile into them, but I can't. Yeah.
Nice. Good trick.
So I think I'm going to charge her. The only problem is it's a longer charge, but I do have Adrenal Glands, so I get +1 to my charge range, and it's not that far, and I still have a command point to help me a little bit. So yes, I will declare charge against them and multi-charge against them. So they all get to Overwatch.
They all.
So you get the Grenadier Gauntlets, 3 D6 shots, so D6 each. Oh, healthy again. So you got 13. Hitting on 6s in Overwatch. You got 3 hits. Cool. 6s to, or 5s to wound, strength 4 versus toughness 6. 1 wound. Got 3 up armor. Yay! Ooh, and then this group gets to Overwatch too. Autocannon, 6 shots, or 2 shots hit on 6s. Misses. Then the rapid fire last guns hit on 6s. Wounding on 6s, strength 3 versus toughness 6, so I have double toughness. Oh, you got one, 3+ save. Oh! I got 5 up to ignore that though. Yay, didn't work. He's down to 9 wounds. You want to throw a crack grenade through Sergeant?
Yep.
Do they have crack grenades, not just frag grenades?
Yeah, I think they do. Let's check.
So you can't do a crack grenade because you don't have any, but you have a frag grenade that you can throw. So D6 shots. 5 shots, and they hit on 6s. Nothing. Nope. My charge range will be 6. I actually get +1 to that because I have Adrenal Glands, and that is enough. So I'm going to land right as far over here as I can possibly get. Next, the Haruspecs will charge in as well, and he will charge 10 inches. I don't think I can give him Adrenal Glands. I'm going to use that 10 inches to charge over here. I'm going to stay a little less than an inch away from him so I can pile in and engage these guys next. This Genestealer will then charge. He gets +1 of that, but I don't think that's going to help him. I'll use a command point to re-roll one of these. So that becomes a 5, so that's a 6, so he definitely makes it. I will use that to go this way. And I don't care about piling in, so I'll just go right in. Next up, these Genestealers. Ugh. I don't like the Overwatch. I think the Broodlord would rather take the Overwatch because he can survive it better. Broodlord is going to declare a charge against this squad of infantry, so they can Overwatch.
Okay, they'll Overwatch.
Start with the last guns, the ones that you want to fire. 6s to hit. So 2 hits. 5s to wound, strength 3 versus toughness 5.
Oh.
I got a 4-up save, but I am in cover, so I get a 3-up save. Yay! You want to do frag missile or crack missile? I multi-wound, but you're only firing 1 time if you do a crack missile.
Let's do frag.
Frag, so D6 shots. 2 shots hitting on 6s. 1 hit, wounding on a 5, strength 4 versus toughness 5. Nothing. And you're gonna throw a frag grenade, so D6 shots. So you got 5, and those will all hit on 6s because it's Overwatch. Nothing. Charge range is 8 because he has adrenal glands. I will avoid the trees so I don't get -2 to charge, and that actually gets him right to there. Gene Stealers will then charge, same unit, so 8-inch charge. I will actually drop that down to a 6-inch charge. Well, you know what, actually?
You don't have to go through the terrain.
No. No, but I want to declare a multi-charge, but the problem is I already rolled my charge distance. So I'm going to re-roll that charge distance after I declare the multi-charge.
What's your multi-charge?
Into the Commissar, because I can get through there. And also this squad too, because then I can get within an inch of them.
Oh, so you have to declare. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so, but they can't Overwatch, they can Overwatch, but the Commissar can.
He's got a
Plasma pistol, which don't bother supercharging because you'll kill yourself.
Right.
6 is to hit.
Oh.
Missed. So I'm going to re-roll that charge distance because I don't want to make that decision knowing what I was going to charge. Oh! Okay, so 13-inch charge. So I will go to there. Go to there. I got to stay an inch away from your Ogrins. And go to there.
So if you can, you got to engage all the squads you charged?
No, the rule is the first guy that moves in must end within an inch of one of the units that you declared a charge against.
Okay.
And the other guys just have to stay in coherency and not get within an inch of anybody you did not declare a charge against. So I can ignore guys that I multi-charged.
Okay.
The only problem is then you might be taking unnecessary Overwatch.
Oh, but if you've already charged them and denied their Overwatch, you
I
might
know.
as well do that.
Weird mechanics happening here.
Yeah.
I'm kind of experimenting, seeing what I can do to maximize damage as you've already killed a good portion of my army.
That's fair.
So these Gene Stealers, it's a longer charge to them, but they're already dead. But you know what? I need to get in there, so I'm going to declare. I'll declare multi-charge against these two, and I get a 3-inch charge and fail, and I can't use a reroll anywhere, so they're going to stay where they are. Next up, this Lictor will declare charge into this squad, so they can Overwatch. Last guns hitting on 6s. 1 wounding on a 5. I'm not toughness 6, so you're good. Get a 5. Yeah, there was no modifier there, so 5 up armor. I'm good. Missile launcher, crack or frag?
Frag.
How many shots?
D6.
2, then they hit on 6s. No. So I started more than 9 inches away, so I need to make a 9-inch charge, so I'll be within an inch of you. Now, Lictors has a special rule that when they arrive via hidden deployment, they can re-roll their charge distance. Didn't need to, thankfully. So, boom. Put him right there. This Lictor will charge 2, no Overwatch. Misses, but gets to re-roll it. Oh, he makes it! I didn't expect to make both of them. He's in 2. So that was a pretty successful charge phase. I guess it's good that you got first turn, because I'm about to do a lot of damage to you. And this would have happened in the first turn instead.
Yeah, that would have been rough.
And their hard specs would be at full health, and there'd be more Gene Stealers. So that could be fun. So I get to, basically the first thing we do in the fight sub phase is everybody who charged gets to attack first, and then we alternate. Well, obviously that means all my guys get to attack first, and then all your guys get to attack back. In the fight sub phase, I get to fight with everybody who charged first, but there is a stratagem that I know that he can use, and most likely will use, for 2 command points that lets him choose a unit to fight after I fight with one of my charging units. So he'll most likely want to use that on the Bulgarins to try to take out the Hive Tyrant before I can hurt them. But if I attack with the Hive Tyrant, I'll most likely only kill 2, maybe 3, and he'll still be able to fight anyways. This Commissar with the Power Fist, however, will probably take out these Gene Stealers. So I think I'm going to do these Gene Stealers first. So we start with the pile-in, and these guys are already closer to these guys, so I'm not going to pile them in at all, and then I'll decide how to divide my attacks. I'm going to choose this little group of 3 Gene Stealers and put all of their 9 attacks on that Commissar, because they're all within an inch of him, or within an inch of a Gene Stealer who's within an inch. I'm going to use their Rending Claws. They also have Toxin Sacks. So Rending Claws, when you roll 6, they become -4 AP. And Toxin Sacks, when you roll 6 to wound as well, they also cause +1 damage, so they'll cause 2 damage each. You have 4 wounds, so what's your armor save on him? Is it a 3 plus?
So 4 up, but 5 up invuln.
Okay, so you're going to be taking 5 up invulns then. If you're already at 4 up... No, I still want to do the... Yeah, I'm going to be hitting on 2s instead of 3s because the Broodlord's within 6 inches.
Nice.
So that made a big difference. 1 extra. Strength 4 against toughness 3, so I need 3s to wound. 6s will be 2 damage each. Because the rending won't matter, because I just realized you have a 5 up invuln, so your 4 up becomes a 5 up just from the regular rending claws. But these do 2 damage each, and these ones do 1 damage each. So roll the 2 damage each ones first. 4 up saves. You got 4 wounds. Oh, you're going to survive, because now you have to fail 4 4 up saves to die.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Close.
Oh, I can't believe you survived! Ah!
When I kill those gene stealers in response.
Do you want to use a stratagem, 2 command points to choose a unit and fight back?
Yeah.
Before I do the rest of my charging, guys?
Yes, I do.
You can only do this once, because we're in match play, so you can't use the same stratagem more than once.
Alright, so it's worth a bonus point to get first blood, right?
Yes.
So... shoot. How many this one?
So you're going to choose this one, use 2 of your 6 command points.
Yep.
So when it comes to pile-ins, these 2 are closer to the Gene Stealers, so they can actually pile into the Gene Stealers, but stay in coherency.
So, he's
There.
gonna go there.
Oh boy,
He's gonna
I'm
go
in trouble.
there.
And then these 2 can just pile in towards the Hive Tyrant.
Yep.
They're already in fighting range, but if you want to get them closer.
Yeah.
You start with your Bullgrin with the Maul against the Gene Stealers, so you got 3 attacks hitting on 3s.
Oh!
Okay, well maybe I will survive. And then the other one has 3 attacks, but just as regular
Strength.
fists, so
Yeah.
strength 5, not strength 7. So 1 hit, and he wounds on 3s, strength 5 versus toughness 4. And I get a 5-up invuln, come on. Woohoo! Oh wow, I was lucky there. And then we'll do the 2 mauls against the Hive Tyrant. There's a bonehead in there, so you have 7 attacks total hitting on 3s. This is one I'm worried about. Oh, thank goodness,
Wow.
you only got 2. Your strength 7 with this weapon, so 3s to wound against my toughness 6. 2 wounds. You have -1 AP, so my 3-up becomes a 4-up. Okay, I saved 1. And I think they do 2 damage each? Yeah.
Yeah.
So I take 2 wounds. Oh, your rolling is backfiring now.
It is.
After that perfect shooting phase, then the 7 wounds. You got the other 2 guys that try to hurt him though. 6 attacks hitting on 3s. Nice. Only strength 5 though, so 5s to wound. 1 wound. AP, so 3 plus. Nice. Oh, you had me really nervous there for a second.
Yeah.
He's just gonna turn around and kill me with one of his units. Okay, the rest of my charging units get to attack now, and there's no other ways for him to interrupt it, because in match play you can't use the same stratagem more than once per phase. Let's do the Hive Tyrant next, see if he can do some damage. He's got 5 attacks with his massive Lash Whip, or his massive Bone Sword. Hits on 2s. 2 1s? Come on! The reason it's a big come on is because each of these does 3 damage. That kills an Ogren, but you've got good saves. So I will be wounding you on 3s, I believe. I'm strength 6, you're toughness 5.
Yep.
I got 2. No matter who you allocate it to, you either have a 4-up invuln in your slab shields, or sorry, in your brute shields, or your 2-up armor becomes a 4-up, so you can just roll your 4-up and then allocate it after.
Okay.
1. To any of these 6 guys, and he just dies, because it's 3 wounds.
Take him.
Can't believe it. So little. We'll do the Hara specs next. So he's going to pile in 3 inches. I'm going to move him to engage your heavy weapon squad as well, but I can only actually attack these guys because they're who I charged. I'm going to use his Ravenous Maw. So they're 4 attacks, but each Ravenous Maw actually does D3 attacks rather than 1. So I do 4 D3. So that'll be 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 attacks. But since you've severely crippled me, I'm only actually hitting you on 5s instead of 4s now. 3 hits. Oh, that's 2 less. Also, because you crippled me, I'm no longer strength 7, so I'm wounding you on 3s instead of 2s, because I'm strength 5. Okay, so it didn't make a difference, I got 2. So they have, your guys actually have 5-up saves.
Yeah.
So you
Get a
get
6-up?
6-up save, because I'm only -1 with the Grasping Tongue, so you want to take 6-ups?
Yeah.
Just roll them, and then you can decide where they go after you roll.
Okay.
2 die.
Okay. So I'm gonna put the first one on a weapon team.
No, then you got to keep putting it on him.
Yeah.
So you just want to kill him?
But you have the effect where if you kill a model, you get to attack again, right?
Yes. So I'm only going to be able to kill, it only counts as 1 model.
What if I kill myself out of range? Well, let's kill it. Let's kill
You
this
wouldn't be able to kill him out of range, though, because which ones would you kill out of range?
Oh, because this one's here. Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's just one guy and then 2.
So the 2 wounds on him. So the rule for him is for every model he slays, then he gets to use an attack with his Shoveling Claws. So I'll get 1 more attack with them. Also, because I killed at least 1 model with the Grasping Tongue, I get to regenerate 1 wound at the end of the fight subphase. So you'll still be able to attack him, maybe kill him, but if you don't, then he'll regain that 1 wound. So the 1 Shoveling Claw attack, 5s to hit. No. I'll have the Gene Stealer go next, right here. I'm going to use his Scything Talons, so he gets to reroll 1s to hit. He only hits on 3s, he's too far away from the Broodlord. That didn't matter. And then he will wound on 3s. There's no rending in this. Oh, I should have done the other one. Because now you get your 5-up saves. Ugh. Oh, okay, didn't matter. So any 2 die. Does not have to be ones engaged.
This guy. What? Take this guy and that guy?
There you go. And we'll do the Broodlord next. He's actually multi-charged into the 2 squads, but I think... you got the Commissar right there, so it's not like I'm going to make them all run. So I might as well just pour attacks into 1 of the squads. I just don't know which one. Never mind, I miscalculated. I thought these were from different squads. So I actually only charged 1, so I'll just put it on that squad. He's got 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. He gets the +1 as well, but he's already hitting on 2s. So we got 5 hits. Strength 5, so 3s to wound. They're -3 save each, so you're not going to get any saves. Oh, 2! Which 2 would you like to kill?
Let's pull from the back.
Just 2
over
random
here.
guys?
Yeah, 2 randos.
Okay.
Right back there.
Lictor will go up next. Pile him in. Before we go any further, though, we're going to back up. His weapons do D3 damage each. So if you're going to allocate a wound onto that heavy weapon guy, it actually could kill him with just 1 wound.
You want to go back and roll, or I'll allocate someone different.
So is that what you'd rather do?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, so I'll get 1 more attack then with my shoveling claws with him, because that means I'll have killed 2 guys.
Yep.
The reason I triggered it, because I was looking at the Lictor's weapons and I realized 1 does 2 damage and 1 does 1, and I'm like, well, that won't matter. I'm like, oh, unless he allocates to his heavy weapon. I'm like, wait a second.
I did.
So I get 1 more attack hit on a 5. So I do get another hit with the shoveling claws, and I do wound you. They're strength 10, -3, and they do D6 wounds.
So roll the DC. Ooh.
Do you want to put it on him? Because most likely he'll die on a 2+, or do you just want to kill a straight up model?
Let's kill a model.
Okay.
We'll kill the guy.
It's okay, you got your commissar still, so you're not going to run away or anything.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, no. Let's do it on the website.
So 2+, he's dead. Oh, he survived! Just plop off a guy just to...
Yeah. Pull him out.
Okay. I got 2 weapons on the Lictors. I got their Grasping Talons and their Rending Claws. Grasping Talons do 2 wounds each, so I'm going to choose that one, just so that you won't choose to put it on your missile launcher, so I can maximize the number of wounds that I do. It does mean you'll get a 6-up save, though, because this one's -1 and it does not rend. I hit on 2s. Come on. And I wound on 2s. There we are. 6-up save. Thank you. So 2 guys just die, and if you choose this one, he's a full one that dies plus another one.
Just take from the back.
Other Lictor will pile in as well. 2s to hit. Come on! At least a 2 to wound. There we go. Oh, almost not. 6-up save. 1 more dies, and that's 2 wounds as well, so.
Let's take that guy.
That's all my guys. That was brutally bad. So you get to strike back now. You're going to start with this infantry squad. So we got the autocannon that can fight the Haruspecs. You got a couple guys that have a choice. And then some other ones that fire over there. We'll start with 2 into the Gene Stealers. 4s to hit, or are you 5s to hit with these guys?
4s, I think.
Actually, is a 4+ to hit. That's pretty good. So you're winning on 5. So your strength 3 versus toughness 4. No. Then you got 3 against this Gene Stealer.
And does it come with a chainsword base?
Oh, and then the sergeant has his chainsword, so he gets an extra attack.
Yeah, it'll be fine too.
He actually has 3 attacks in total for just the sergeant. So 5 attacks, hitting on 4s. 2. Winning on 5s to kill this 1 Gene Stealer. No.
Nope.
And then 1 against the Haruspecs.
They get 2. So 2.
Hit on 4s.
Nope.
No. So no first blood yet. Everybody's just losing parts of squads. Heavy weapon team will pile in 3 inches and all will fight, so 6 attacks. 4s to hit. Oh, jeez.
Oh, man.
We got some cold dice.
All right.
6s to wound.
Come on.
Oh,
Yeah.
no! 3-up save or he's dead. Oh.
3.
Commissar will swing into those Gene Stealers. 3 attacks normally hit on 2s, but he's got a power fist, so he hits on 3s because it's harder to hit with. 3s to hit. Oh, 1 hit, which is strength 6, so it's 3s to wound. Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Are we like in some sort of gentleman's agreement not to hurt each other?
Apparently.
That's what it feels like. So the squad's going to fight next. These guys are 8 inches away from the Lictors, but 7 inches from the Broodlord, so they can pile in. So I think you're only going to get these guys actually able to fight.
Yeah, but I think
You got to stay in coherency, but they can at least move up to get there later on.
Jumps over.
So 4 guys in total, unless he wants to go on the Gene Stealers.
No, let's put him on the Broodlord.
Hitting on 4s.
Ooh.
Okay. And then this squad will pile in. And these 2 Lictors are separate, so you'll have to decide how you want to allocate your taxes, wherever you can decide.
Yeah.
So you're going to put as many as you can onto this 1 Lictor, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then whatever your chainsword does. 8 attacks in total, hit on 4s.
That's better.
Wounding on 5s. 1 wound. 5-up armor. Not saved. He's down to 3 wounds. The other Lictor hit on a 4. Wounding on a 5. Nothing. That's it for the fight sub phase. Let's go into the morale phase. I'll have a morale check on this group right here. They lost 3, so 3 plus D6. So only 5, so you're fine, because your leadership is 7 on them.
Yep.
The squad here lost 3, which means they can't fail a morale test because they're using the Commissar's leadership of 9, which is actually 10 because of the standard. So they'd have to lose at least 5 guys before that could happen. With this squad over here, they lost, that's 7, 8, 9, only 1 guy, so they can't fail their morale test. And I didn't take any full casualties. Oh, end of the fight sub phase, he gains a wound. I want that wound so badly, although you could easily take them all out. But there's no other morale test, so nobody flees the field somehow. Everybody sees how ineffective combat is, and they're like, you know what, this really isn't that bad.
Huh.
First things first, you want to fall back.
Alright, so we're going to go 6 inches up.
So this is a rule that you can do in the movement phase. Anybody locked in combat can either remain stationary or fall back. If they fall back, they must stay in coherency, or get back into coherency, and they must stay an inch away from all enemy units, or get an inch away. So they can be within an inch, obviously, as they move. So you're gonna do this at disengage so you can actually fire. And you do have an order that lets you fire after you fall back, because normally you can't advance, shoot, or charge when you fall back.
I'm going to move the squad back so that they stay within 6 inches.
Keep providing that bubble. Really just have to
tree.
stay in 6 inches of the commissar, because then he provides his bubble of 6 inches to let them use his leadership.
Mm-hmm. Fall back there. We'll move him over. It needs to be this way.
Gonna fall back with this unit too.
Yep.
They don't want to stay in combat with lictors for some reason, but the lictors are so ineffective.
Huh.
They missed like half of their attacks on 2+. And then you're going to disembark from the Taroks with your special weapons, so your veterans. So basically disembarking rules is you place them all within 3 inches of the Taroks, and then they can move and shoot and charge as normal, or advance. But even if they don't move, they do count as having moved for purposes of heavy weapons and things like that. And then they're going to move and head over to try to take out those lictors, because you're scared of them for good reason. Weapon team's going to fall back so your Lehman Russ can finish off the Haruspecs. Yeah, I think it's worth it. Losing a bit of shooting to finish off the Haruspecs.
Mm-hmm.
Commissar's going to back out as well. He's like, we don't need to fight this anymore.
Yeah.
I got down to 1 wound, that's enough. Taroks will just move a little bit to get those guys out in the open. Mm-hmm. And a movement phase, your Metapack guy can try to heal a wound on a guy or restore a guy from a squad who died earlier. 4+. No.
Nope.
You got 2 orders you can do at the beginning of the shooting phase. So you want to do get back in the fight for them,
Yep.
so they can shoot even though they fell back. And what's the second order that you'd like to do?
Second order, I'll reroll once to hit.
On the veterans?
Yep.
Do they have? Oh, they have a Vox cast.
They have a Vox cast.
And you're within
he's
3 inches of
3
a fight.
inches, and they're within 18 of
Yeah,
each other.
easy. So reroll 1s to hit.
You're to hit.
To hit, not to wound. And these guys will be just able to fire.
Mm-hmm.
You want to start by killing the Haruspecs?
Yep.
So you're going to dedicate all of it shooting it to the Haruspecs? Or do you want to split it? You got to declare it before you roll.
We'll put everything but this one Melta-Gun into the Horuspecs.
You put the one Melta-Gun in.
Into the Gene Stealer.
Single Gene Stealer. You want to try hitting that Gene Stealer first?
No, I want to shoot the Demolisher Cannon first.
So how many shots does Demolisher Cannon get?
D3.
D3 shots. Good start. 1 shot hitting on a 4 because it's a turret, so it wouldn't matter even if you moved because you're leaving Russ. 4 to hit. Oh, maybe I'll survive. You're just building up my hope, and that last weapon's going to finish him off. He's only got 2 wounds left. What's next? Melta-Gun?
Melta-Gun.
So 4s to hit. Okay, 4s to wound because it's strength 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
Go! Nothing. Last cannon, 4s to hit. Oh, so last turn he did like every damage, and now you do none. So another Melta, or sorry, these are multi-Meltas, not Melta-Guns.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It's still 4s to hit against the Gene Stealer.
Yep. Can't hit.
Oh, wow.
That's rough.
Veterans, you want to fire next?
Yep.
What's their target going to be?
And we're going to hit the 3 wound lictor.
You're not going to divvy up your attacks at all between other lictors?
No.
Everything's going to go into him?
Got -1 to hit, right?
You are with him, yeah.
Yep.
3 Melta-Guns first. They're 4s to hit because you're normally 3s to hit.
And rerolling 1s.
Rerolling 1s because of the order. Okay, 2 hits. And his Melta-Guns are strength 8, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 2s to wound because I'm toughness 4.
Ooh.
And I get a 5 up invuln? Let me check. Nope, no invuln. So you get d6 wounds. I've got 3 left, so he dead. But it does mean the rest of your shots are wasted. So first blood, but yay, you wasted
Yay.
shots. Yay.
I mean, I'm happy with first blood.
Yeah, that's because you killed him. That's why you wasted shots.
Yeah.
And then your other infantry squad are going to try to finish off this lictor.
Another lictor. Crack.
Well, crack missile, so hitting on a 5.
Yep,
Because
kinda
I'm
weird.
hard to hit. Oh, you're 6 then to
Oh,
hit.
6. Well.
Yeah, because he just gets the hard to hit roll, so it's -1 to hit him, and then you move
No,
to heavy
-1.
weapons, so it's -1. So 1's missed anyways. A frag grenade. You can toss one of those. Strength 3 frag grenade, d6 shots. Boom! That was a solid hit right in his torso.
There we go.
Hitting on 5s because it's -1 to hit. That saved me a lot. That's 3 less hits. 5s to wound. Ugh. Well, you still got 1. 5 up save. Oh, he's down to 3 wounds. And then the last guns. 6 last gun shots, hitting on 5s. Just -1 to hit me. 2 hits. Wound. Oh, another wound. 5 up save. Come on, come on. Oh! So he's down to 2 wounds. Pistol. Hitting on a 5. No. Vanquisher, what's he want to fire at?
Actually, you know what? Let's fire at the horror specs.
You want to try to finish him off?
Yeah.
He will get a cover bonus, but I don't think that'll matter too much. So, you want to fire both weapons at him to finish him off?
Let's try this.
Before we go any further, I forgot that he had -1 to hit. He didn't do any damage, but thankfully, because otherwise that would have sucked. I forget the -1. Vanquisher Cannon hits on 4. Oh, wounds on a 4. Strength 8 versus toughness 8. Oh, it's -3. His 3 up save becomes a 6 up save, but he is 50% covered by the train feature that we were given him cover for. So that becomes a 5 up save. Otherwise, you're doing D6 wounds, and he only has 2 left. Oh, D6 wounds, anything but a 1, and he's dead. Ah, he's gone. He's got the Frenzied Death Throws rule. On a 6, every unit within 3 inches takes some mortal wounds. No. So he just dies. Tarox is going to try to finish off the Lictor. Now -1 to hit because they're heavy weapons, and then -1 because I'm a Lictor. So your 6 is to hit with your autocannons.
Yep.
Ooh, close.
Nope.
You got a Storm Bolter, which is rapid fire 2, so 2 shots at this range hitting on 5s, because just -1 for the hard to hit.
Yep.
And 2 and a 1, or 3 and a 1, they miss.
Good shot.
2 last guns over here. We'll try to finish off this Gene Stealer. Rapid fire range, they're hitting on 4s, unless they're veterans. You know what?
It won't matter.
Didn't matter. You didn't roll any 3, so we wouldn't have to look it up. And then you're winning them on 5s with last guns. Yikes! 5 up saves. He's dead. Picking me apart. That's it for the shooting phase. Not bad. Took out the hard specs, a Lictor, and a Gene Stealer. So now you don't have any pistols you could have fired, right? Do you have any pistol? Oh, you have a bolt pistol on your...
Yeah, I have a bolt pistol.
So he can fire at the Broodlord.
Okay.
So he hits on a 4. That's nice. Wounds on a 5. Strength 4, toughness 5. No.
Nope.
So now we have the charge phase. Does anybody want to charge? Anybody who didn't fall back could charge, and who's not already engaged, obviously. So technically your company command squad could issue a charge. Your company commander could issue a charge.
I guess my Lehman Russ could.
Your vehicle could charge the Hive Tyrant.
No, I think I'm good.
No charges?
Yeah, I think I'll be alright.
So the fight subphase then, since it's your turn, you get to pick the first unit, and then we'll alternate back and forth. There's not really many to do, but we got this little cluster right here.
I'll pick my Ogren.
Yeah. These guys will pile in their 3 inches. And the other guy, I think, will have to stay where he is to keep your coherency. Either way, it doesn't matter. He'll be fighting the Gene Stealers.
Cool.
Let's resolve against the Gene Stealers. 3 attacks from the Strength 7 Maul, hitting on 3s.
Better than last time.
Yeah, definitely. And then you're looking at 3s to wound, Strength 7 versus Toughness 4. Oh, not better than last time. And then the other guy just with his bare hands. Or maybe he slaps me with his shield.
Yeah, there.
3s to hit. And then, oh, wow. We're both sucking at close combat here. 3s to wound. Oh, jeez. Better luck against the Hive Tyrant, maybe. If you can bring him down to 5 wounds, he won't be as effective in close combat. 7 attacks with your mauls, because you got the Sergeant in there. Hitting on 3s. Much better. Those are 3s to wound as well. Yikes. 3 more wounds.
Yep.
I got a 3 up, becomes a 4 up. 1 wound. It's down to 6.
Goes to 5 because they're 2 wounds.
Oh, they're 2 wounds each. They're 2 damage each. Ouch. So I am partially wounded now, so I'll be hitting you on 3s instead of 2s. And you still have him to fight too.
Yep.
3 attacks, 3s to hit. Only 1. And 5s to wound because he's strength 5, toughness 6. Nothing.
Nope.
I'm going to choose the Broodlord. I won't choose the Hive Tyrant because now you can't attack him anymore, so I might as well leave him for last. So the Broodlord will attack your squad. 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. What?
Oh.
Okay, you know what? Let's get new dice. Both of us are sucking with these. And I'm winning you on 2s. All right, and we got a rending, so you don't... Actually, they're both -3, so you don't get any saves. These are... Actually, you have to kill your heavy weapon guy because he already took a wound.
No, not in this squad. That guy just fell off.
Oh, he just fell off.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's D3 wounds.
Yeah, so I'm just going to kill 2 regulars.
So 2 guys, okay. And then in your turn, this squad would be the last one you have to choose, so they can pile in towards...
I'll pile in, and he won't make it yet.
No, so you got 5 attacks against the Broodlord, unless you want to put some on the Gene Stealers.
Let's put... Can I put 2 on the Gene Stealer?
I think he's within an inch, so yeah, let's say yes. So
on
2 and then 3 on him. 2 on the Gene Stealers on 4s. 1 hit, wounding on a 5. No. 3 attacks on the Broodlord, hitting on 4s. Oh,
Oh, there we
jeez.
go.
And wounding on 5s, because toughness 5.
Nothing.
Gene Stealers will go next. I think he won't be within an inch of him anyway, so I'm going to have to go against the Ogrins. So I'll just leave them where they are. I won't actually pile in. And I will put as many guys onto them as possible. So I'm going to put 2 onto that squad and 1 onto the Ogrins. 1 onto the Ogrins. I'll use my Rending just so that I can try to chew through any 2-up saves you try to do. Hitting on 3s. 2s, actually. The Broodlord's nearby. There we are. No 1s.
Nice.
And wounding you on 5s. 6s are Rending. So 1 wound. -1 armor. So you want to put on a 2-up armor guy?
Yeah, I'll do that.
So 3-up armor. That's good.
There we go.
Then 6 attacks against your guardsmen, hitting on 2s. Wounding on 3s. With Rending. So 1 just dies, and you got 4 saves. And the other ones are 6-up saves, because it's -1. So
Nope.
5 die. But they're not multi-wound, so you could use your 1 guy to tank a couple if you really wanted to.
I'll take 3, and the last 2 on the
On the weapons team, just
Yeah.
to mitigate the amount of models you lost. And then Gene says, I'll do my pile in. I might as well just get a little closer. Make it a little harder for you to fall back too. So morale phase. The Ogrins technically would have to take morale, but they'll pass it because they're the 9 inches or 6 inches of the leadership 10 commissar right now. This guy's within 6 inches as well, so he's leadership 10, but he lost 5 guys?
5, I think.
So if you roll a 6, you'll lose the last guy. You have to roll a 6 though. Don't roll a 6 and you can keep that last guy. You're good.
I did.
Before we go any further though, I forgot to fight with my Hive Tyrant. So even though it says Tyranid turn 2, somebody's already typed in the comments, you forgot the Hive Tyrant. And you're right, I totally did. I was going to save him till last, and I just forgot him. He's got 5 attacks. He's going to hit on 3s, because he's wounded. Yeah, now he hits really well, so 3 hits.
Got 1.
I just figured out that I get to reroll 1s with this. There's 1 more. I think I rolled a lot of 1s last time, but I don't remember. Or maybe you just made a lot of saves. 3s to wound you, so 2 wounds.
Ooh.
These are -3 armor, so you'd be a 5-up armor on this guy, or 4-up invuln on one of these guys. But every one that you fail just kills a guy. It's 3 wounds.
I'll take the 4-up invulns.
4-up, so both 4-up invulns? So
Actually, can I roll one and then choose the next one?
well, you allocate the wound, you roll the save. Then you
Yeah.
allocate the wound, you roll the save.
So I'll put it on a 4-up guy first.
4-up guy first. He's dead.
All right.
So he's dead.
He's out.
Now what do you want to do?
I'm gonna put it on
On a 5-up save now, because 2 plus -3. He's dead. Oh!
Wow.
Okay, so morale still wouldn't have mattered because you lost 3 guys and you're leadership 10 right now, so you can't possibly lose any more. But that's a little better. Lictor is going to move as far as he can this way, because right now he's subject to instinctive behavior, which means he has to charge the nearest thing. So I'm going to make sure they're both the nearest in case I don't get into Synapse. And these 2 Lictors will advance as well. They're both subject to instinctive behavior as well. If I wasn't subject to instinctive behavior, I'd like to try to go after your command squad, get rid of that commissar and your company commander. But I'm out of that 8-inch range of the Broodlord. These Gene Stealers are going to advance, so they're going to move 10 inches in total. There's nothing stopping them from going after that squad except you have a Flamer, which is very scary because it does D6 auto hits in Overwatch. Just want to point out as I enter my next psychic phase that I forgot this guy had Feel No Pain as his psychic power, so I could have actually reduced the number of wounds he took and hit a lot better and just have more wounds. I'm not going to go back and redo that. I've already gone back and redone a couple things. So at some point you got to be like, you know what, just eat it and remember that for next time. Speaking of which, he'll cast it on himself again, and hopefully I'll remember it this time. He makes it. Should have been Smite, because that would have been D6 mortal wounds and killed some more Ogrins. So then let's do the Broodlord, who has the Horror, which gives -1 to hit and to leadership. Let's see if I get it before I even allocate it. He gets it. I'm going to choose this Leman Russ and try to remember next time that I actually put it on it. And the other one that he knows is that somebody can charge after they advance, but I don't need to do that because only Gene Stealers are going to be charging that advanced. And so he's going to cast Smite, which I should have done with the first one because I rolled an 11, which would have done D6 mortal wounds. So 6 plus or 10 plus becomes D6 mortal wounds. So D3 mortal wounds, if I roll 3, I'll kill an ogre. And I do! So D3, so 3 mortal wounds, which cannot be saved. No invulns or anything allowed.
Can I apply it to a guy?
Actually, it's up to you. It's to the unit. The nearest unit takes the 3.
I'm going to take it on this.
Dude man?
Well, you charge, so you're going to strike first.
I haven't charged yet.
Oh, well,
Those 5 are getting ready to charge.
Right.
You don't know where they're charging yet.
Yeah, oh, because these are different. Yeah,
Yes.
I'll take it on the 2-up armor.
Okay, so he's gone. Gonna fire his flesh hooks, which is 2 strength 6 shots hitting on 4s. So they will wound on 2s. That's a wound. AP nothing, so you get your 5-up save for that unit. Not saved.
Take this guy.
Okay. He'll do the same thing. 4s to hit, 2s to wound, 5-up save. Another one dies, your choice.
Take that guy.
I'll take a shot with this lictor into your veterans, just for fun. Actually, do they have a better armor save? No. 4s to hit, 2s to wound, and you get a 5-up armor save again. Oh, you can take away 2 grunts.
Yep.
Fight or charge sub-phase. These 5 Gene Stealers are going to multi-charge your Commissar and your company commander. Do you want to supercharge those plasma pistols?
I don't.
Okay, well then you can just fire both of them at the same time because you won't kill yourself.
Hit on 6s?
Yes. Good thing, you would have just killed a model.
Yep.
Range is 9, because I have adrenal glands. Okay, so the first guy has to end within an inch. You know what? I'll just come over there. And then next guy, and then next guy. I'm going to use some of it to move over to here to get ready to actually try to engage your company command squad. I won't be able to attack them, and it might end up hurting my Gene Stealers, but it will hurt less than if your Flamer got to shoot them afterwards. Lictor here is going to declare a charge into your Lehman Russ. Overwatch with the Vanquisher Battle Cannon. This is scary. 6s to hit.
Come on.
No, and then the last cannon could also kill him. 6s to hit. No. I should roll the charge because I don't have to charge near. So 10-inch charge. I'm gonna think about where I want to end up. I think I just want to end up right here, staying more than an inch away from that guy. But then I will charge this squad so they can overwatch. Want to throw a frag grenade?
Yes.
How many?
1.
Well, I mean, how many? You can only throw one.
Oh, yeah.
How many shots?
It'll be 1.
Oh, you don't really hit him that well. That scatter went off.
Yeah.
5s to wound him. Or no, you have to hit him first on the 6, which misses. No. 2 last guns rapid firing, hit on 6s. Nice. 1 hit, 5s to wound. 5-up save. Okay. You could finish him off with your missile launcher. Crack or frag?
Let's go frag.
Yeah, frag will be better. Frag missile, how many shots? 1. Oh, you're not going to kill him. And 6s to hit? No. Charge range will be 7 inches. So I'm going to bring him as far over here as I can. That way if I kill that squad, I might be able to pile into the vets. Other Lictor will charge the same squad. 11 inches. I want to be far away, or I think I'm getting a little too nitpicky here. Yeah, I'll just make sure I attack with him first. We're good. I'm going to choose my 5-man Gene Stealer squad to attack first as my charging unit. So I will pile in, and I will, yes, I am going to pile in such a way that I engage the company command squad just on the one side. I'm going to put 2 of the Gene Stealers on your Commissar and 3 on your company commander. On the Commissar, hitting on 2s because I got the Broodlord nearby. There we are, all but 1. I'm doing my Rending Claws just to make sure I negate. Oh yeah, to make you do a 5-up invul instead of a 4-up save. And then I'm going to wound you on 3s, but 6s are rending and poisoned. So that's all wounds. Let's do the poison one for... Actually, you know what? It doesn't matter because you only have 1 wound left. So you got 5-up invulns for all of these.
Is this on the Commissar?
Yes. Yeah. So fail any of these and the Commissar is dead because he only has 1 wound left.
No pressure.
No pressure. Yeah, okay. A little bit of overkill, but the fact that he survived the last time made me want to be overkilling. So 3 guys in your company commander. 9 attacks, sitting on 2s. I'm using my Rending Claws. Winning on 3s, 6s are rending and poison. No poison. He could easily survive this, I think. What's his armor save and his invuln?
5-up, 5-up.
So he just got 5-up then. Oh, you make 2 of these and you survive. You got 4 wounds. Oh, you made 3 of them. So he's down to 2 wounds. Figures that I overkill the one and not the other. Then I pile in my 3 inches. So right there and right there. Did you want to use a stratagem to interrupt my next attacker? Use 2 of your remaining 4 command points?
Yeah, let me, yes, but let me figure out who that needs to be.
Sure. So the answer is yes, and you're going to choose the Bullgrins.
Yep.
So you're down to 2 command points now. Start with the 1 against the Hive Tyrant. 4 attacks, hitting on 3s, because this is your Bonehead. Ooh, much better. You hit this time. 3s to wound. Okay, 1 wound.
Reroll.
Do you want to use a reroll stratagem?
You'll be on 4s.
You're down to 2 command points.
Yep. You know what? I'll let it go.
You wound me on 3s, not 4s.
Right.
Okay.
But you'll save it.
4 plus save. We're good. And then the 3 attacks against the Gene Stealers. To hit. Only 2. Strength 7 though, so 3s to wound. 1, and I get a 5-up invuln. Oh! So now that you're done interrupting me, not in a bad, rude way, but in a game way, I get to do my rest of my charges, will be the 3 lictors. So I'll start with this lictor right here, attacking the squad. He can't pile in, obviously. 3 attacks on the lictor, hitting on 2s. I'm going to use his Grasping Talons because they do 2 damage each, just so I can kill that thing in one shot rather than you allocating just 1 wound to it. 1 hit. Okay, there's my 1 of the 6 from these 2 lictors. We're looking at 2s to wound. There's our 2. It's -1, so you actually get a 6-up save, so you might as well roll those before you allocate them. I know technically you're supposed to allocate them and roll, but they're all the same. So 2 guys die, and you don't want it to be that one.
Yeah, so we'll do that.
This lictor will go next, and he will do the same thing. Well, hopefully he'll do even better. 2s to hit. Well, so far he's doing the same thing. 2s to wound. Okay, and you get 6-up saves, otherwise they're both dead because they do 2 damage each. Got him. So 2 damage each, so it kills him, and it kills this one right here. 3-inch follow-up. I'm going to move him up to engage the tank and the veterans. This lictor will then do his 3-inch pile-in, obviously, and attack the Leman Russ. I'm going to do the Grasping Talons again because they're 2 wounds each. I won't be able to knock through your armor as much because you have a 3-up armor, and this will only make it 4-up rather than the rending, but I might be able to do more damage. 2s to hit. Wow, consistently. Consistently getting those 1s. And you are toughness 8, right?
Yes.
So 5s to wound. Strength 6. Okay, didn't matter. That's all my chargers, so since it's my turn, I get to pick a unit and keep going. In the end, the Bograns have already fought, so really the only thing you can fight with that I can still stop is this one guy. So I'll choose the Brood Lord. He'll pile in 3 inches, but end up closer. 6 attacks from my Brood Lord, hitting on 2s, so that's 6 hits. And these are monstrous rending claws, so they wound on 3s in this case because they're strength 5. And any 6s are -6. You know, it doesn't matter because these are -3 anyways, so he's dead. You're gone. Then I will pile in. I will pile in this way. And now it's your turn to choose a unit. You can choose the veterans, the tank, the command squad. So the veterans are going to take their try?
Or no, the tank is.
The tank is going to try to kill it.
Yeah.
This lictor or that lictor?
That lictor.
That lictor. Got 3 attacks hitting on 6s. He's apparently not really good at running over lictors.
Oh,
1
got
hit
1.
though, and what is he, strength 7?
I think so.
So 3s to wound. And I get a 5-up save because there's no AP to this. So I do take a wound. Not enough to kill him, but your veterans might be able to finish him off. But I do go next. My Hive Tyrant will swing. He's the last one I can swing with. So he'll hit on 3s because he's wounded. So we got 3 hits. Wow, big deal, be wounded there. Wounded on 3s. So 2 wounds. 4-up invuln. Each failed one will kill an Ogren. Okay,
Oh.
You're not going to fail any. You're going to choose your command squad next.
Yep.
Do they want to pile into those Gene Stealers as much as they can?
Yeah.
Because right now the one side is not within an inch, so in they go. It's 4 guys, 1 attack each, so hitting on 4s. 1 hit on 5s. Oh, they got a wound though, 5-up save. No, they didn't. Lastly, your veterans, they can pile in 3 inches if they so desire. To go after that
Actually,
lictor.
I'll take the company command squad. Or the company commander.
Oh, the commander can still go, that's right. He gets 3 attacks hitting on 3s with his power maul. So 2 hits, and it's strength 5, -1, so 3s to wound. Then I have a 5-up invuln. No. I will take this one. Now you can do your veterans. The question is, do you want to pile them all in and just take as many swings as you can?
Let's shift them all to the side. So I'm gonna move this guy over here. This guy's gonna go here. This guy will go here.
Just shift them all in as much as you can.
Yeah, I don't think this guy will be able to strike.
No.
With that one.
Get all your attacks, and they hit on 4s in close combat. Ooh, not bad. 3 hits. Wounding on 5s. I've only got 1 wound left. Oh, you've probably got him. He's got a 5-up save. Oh, he's alive! Oh, alive! Pile in 3 inches more. You get a pile in and you get a consolidate. So this would be consolidating technically.
If I consolidate into you, will you fight this fight phase?
No, I already fought.
Oh, right. Okay.
And you are, just so you know, he's close to both of these equidistant,
Yeah.
so he can actually pile into that lictor.
Yeah,
You just got to stay in coherency when you do, because the rest of your guys won't be able to pile him
You'll
that way.
charge with him otherwise. Yeah.
Well, it's your turn next, remember, so.
Yeah, you know what? Because actually my company commander's still alive. So yeah, I won't pile in anymore.
You're fine there.
Yep.
So that's the end of my turn. Came in, engaged more of your guys, did a little bit of damage. Killed your squad of infantry, killed your commissar. Oh, morale checks. See, I don't think you have any that you have to take. No, you don't. Because I just straight up killed anything that we actually fought with.
That's right.
And everybody else is in Synapse that would have to take morale. Yeah, we're good for morale. So that's just the end of Tyranids turn 2. So moving phase, anybody want to fall back?
Yeah, I will fall back.
Yeah, those lictors are probably dead. But hey, you know what? They disrupted your back lines. Killed a unit. Because it's only 4 power for the 2 lictors, so I guess that's okay, right?
Yeah.
Lehman Russ here.
He's going to fall back out of combat.
Yeah, unfortunately, Lehman Russes have no rules that let them fire after they fall back. And they can't take an order to do it either.
Nope.
But it's better than staying there and dying to the lictor.
Yep.
The Ogrins have had enough.
Yeah,
So they're going to fall back, get into coherency.
there's 6 inches.
Allows your Demolisher, who I will remember this time, is -1 to hit to fire.
Yep. So I'm going to move these guardsmen back.
It's too bad my Hive Tyrant's the nearest thing to a lot of your heavy weapons now.
Yeah.
End of the movement phase, would you like to try to heal your commander?
I would like to try to heal my commander.
So apparently your Metapack guy is so good that he can heal somebody while being clawed at by a Gene Stealer. 4+.
He's pretty good.
Yeah,
He is
and
pretty good.
he's actually more effective when he's being clawed at than when he was trying to heal that Commissar when he was totally not under duress. So you're back up to 3 wounds. Start of the shooting phase, you can still issue orders. What orders would you like to issue?
I'll issue veterans get to shoot, so get back in the fight.
So they can fire even though they fell back.
Yep.
And does anybody want to just fight in close combat? Or you can tell them that, no, they don't have any guns.
I'm gonna tell the company commander that he can just fight right now.
Or you can give 1st rank, 2nd rank.
They're out of range. They don't have a
Oh, they're a
Voxcaster
Voxcaster anymore.
So I'll fight with the company commander.
So the company commander will give himself an order. Hey, fight them. Attach or fix bayonets.
That's right.
So he actually gets to make an attack and shooting phase as if it was the close combat phase.
Cool.
So he's got 3 attacks, hitting on 3s. Power them all, wounds on 3s as well. Strength 5, -1. And I get my 5-up invuln, you little... Oh, you got 1. I'll take the one furthest away from the company commander. And now for the shooting phase, now he can actually fire his plasma pistol at those guys. 3s to hit. And 3s to wound, strength 7. 5 up. Oh! Stop it! Stop it! Lehman Russ is going to try to take down the flying Hive Tyrant. You are at -1 to hit. I'm going to remember that this time because I put a little token beside you. All your shots into him?
All the shots.
What do you want to start with?
Demolisher.
D3 attacks. 2. Hitting on 5s. There, I saved myself so far.
Reroll.
Would you like to use a stratagem for a reroll?
Yeah, I will use a reroll.
This is the only reroll you can use this shooting phase.
Yeah, I'll do
5+. Okay,
Oh.
no. You're out of command points now.
I'm down to 1.
I thought you used a reroll.
Did we?
Did you end up using that
I don't
reroll?
think I used
Okay,
it.
so you have 1 command point
Yeah.
left. So now you've got 2 Meltagun shots hitting on 5s.
Yep.
These could kill them.
Yep.
Unless they
I
miss.
hit.
Cannon. Oh, another 4!
no.
My psychic saved me. Missile launchers into him as well?
Yeah.
With crack?
Yeah,
With crack?
let's go crack grenades.
They didn't move, so 4s to hit. They didn't move, right?
They did not.
2 hits. Ugh. These are strength 8, so 3s to wound. 2. And they're -2, so I get my 5-up armor or 5-up invuln. Arrgh! Those are D6 wounds each. So you do 5. I've got Catalyst on, so I ignore wounds on a 5+. So I ignore 2 of those and stay alive, but now I am seriously injured. The squad wants to fire next. Everything into the Hive Tyrant? Is that what you want to do?
Yep.
You want to bring it down? Bring it down!
I'm try to bring it down.
Autocannon hits on a 4. You didn't move, so 1 hit, wounds on a 3. -1 armor, 4+. Does it do 2 wounds or 1?
Does 2. I think it's damage 2.
So 5 up, Catalyst. Oh! Want to throw a frag grenade?
Yep.
6 shots, or D6 shots. 5 attacks, hitting on 4s. Nice. 6s though. Strength 3, toughness 6. 1, 3+ save. Good. 3 last guns, hitting on 4s. Wounded on 6s. You make me nervous, man. 3+. Good.
Oh.
And a bolt pistol. 4s to hit. Nothing.
Yep. For the autocannon?
Autocannon first. Or you're going to fire the
Ooh.
Tarks first. You have the
Yeah, I'll
Stormbolter
fire
as
the
well.
Torox all into this guy.
Okay. 4 autocannon shots hitting on 4s.
5s because you're -1.
Right. Thank you for remembering that.
That's why.
Okay. Good thing you are going to do the Stormbolter. 4 shots as well because it's rapid fire 2 and you're in rapid fire range.
There we go.
There's 3 hits. Wounding on 4s. This should finish him off. Oh, unless I make my 5-up armor save. I don't. Ooh, that 1 snuck in. Lastly, your veterans.
We're going to shoot at this lictor all in.
Nothing's in Melta range, but your 3 Melta should be able to kill it. So 4s to hit. You're a veteran, so you're 3 up normally, so 4 up because I'm a lictor. 2 hits. Wounded on 2, strength 8. 2 wounds. I got nothing for saves, so you should be able to kill him because it's 2d6 wounds, unless you roll double 1. Oh, he's got 1 left! All you can auto hit him with your flamer. D6 auto hits, so 5. 5 auto hits, wounding on 4s. Yeah. Oh, there's 1. And do flamers have AP?
No.
Doesn't matter. Oh, so close. Our charge subphase, you want to charge with the Lehman Russ?
Mm-hmm.
I got no shooting, so you just charge. Bring it. The fight subphase, you have to start with the Lehman Russ first. Max hitting on... You know, he's actually hitting on 7s.
Is that -1 to hit in close combat too?
Yeah, but I wonder if it makes it impossible if it's 7s, or if 6s always hit. So we double checked it, and you actually can't hit me, because you have a 6+ weapon skill, and you got a -1 to hit right now. So you roll a 6, it becomes a 5, and you fail that. And that's apparently normal in Age of Sigmar, and when you really read the rules, that's how it works. So, I'll give you a chance to withdraw and put him back where he was, because you didn't know that you couldn't hit him. So would you have wanted to charge him knowing that you could not hit me?
Yeah, let's keep him in there so that we can keep you tied up.
So I can't go charging something else that's more important.
Yep.
I probably won't do much damage against your Lehman Russ anyways. So you charged in, you technically chose him first, now you get to choose another model. And I'm not going to use a stratagem to... Well, you know what?
You could.
You know what the heck? I will use a stratagem, 2 of my points, to have these 2 guys go next.
Strike the
I'm
company.
going to put all their attacks on that company commander. Now he's got a... Does he have an invuln?
Yeah, he has a 5-up in one.
Okay, then I'm going to use my Scything Talon so I can reroll. No, because... No, I have poison regardless. So Scything Talon. So 2s to hit with the Broodlord nearby. Rerolling 1s. Good. Winning on 3s. With poison. Oh, come on! Come on! Nope. No, I'm not going to use another command point. You got 3 wounds left, so you have to fail 3 5-up saves.
It's very doable.
Oh! Die already! So now you get to choose a squad.
I only have 2 engaged, right? So
You have this squad engaged, him engaged. Yeah, you disengaged it. So yeah. So company commander or...
Company commander will strike first.
3 attacks hitting on 3s. Then winning on 3s. Dang it. 5-up invuln. 2 die. That's it. All of them, so he can actually consolidate 3 inches. It'd have to be towards the nearest enemy, which would be the Broodlord, though.
Yeah, we'll consolidate.
No consolidate. Okay. Now the Hive Tyrant will attack. Hive Tyrant has 5 attacks, and I'm hitting on 4s because I'm down to 2 wounds. I do get to reroll 1s with my massive... Oh wait, I'm using a bone sword, not my Scything Talons. I rerolled 1 last turn. I gotta remember which weapons I'm using. And I wound you on 5s. Strength 6, toughness 8. There's 1. It's -3 save. Picks up.
No.
You're mean. You're just so mean. Morale phase. There's no morale to take because you just straight up killed my squads, and I didn't straight up kill anything. So that sucked for me. I'm losing here. I'm running out of guys. Let's see what I can do in my turn 3, and that might be it. We'll find out. Well, our job now is to kill your commander and the command squad. The Gene Stealer's here. I'm no longer sure what can actually do the trick. I'm not even worrying about advancing, by the way, because I'm so close. The Broodlord will actually hug over here and probably go after the Ogrins. See if I can take him out. Psychic phase. I'm going to do a Smite on the Hive Tyrant on a 6+. Ooh, we got a 10, which means we actually manifested D6 mortal wounds onto that Lehman Russ. 4. Started with 12, so it's down to 8. I got to get down to 6 before it's less effective, even though it's pretty not effective right now in close combat. I'm going to do the Horror on the Ogrins to give them -1 to hit and leadership. 6+, we got it. And then I will have the Hive Tyrant do a second power because he can do 2. So I will do Catalyst on himself. Yeah, because you're going to back the tank away and then fire at him, so maybe it'll keep him alive. Yeah, there we go, Catalyst. Shooting, we'll put the flesh hooks. You know, let's try to finish off your company commander. 4s to hit him. All right. Charging. This is the dangerous part because you have a flamer. So I almost don't want to engage your company command squad. And then I'll just engage them after I kill your company commander. But that seems like a big waste to put that many attacks into your company commander. But maybe it'll be worth it.
I don't know, he's pretty good.
You know what? I'm going to charge the company commander with my Lictor. Overwatch. Do you want to supercharge it so it has 2 wounds instead of 1?
Yes,
If
I
you
do.
roll a 1, it kills your commander, though, when you supercharge it.
Yeah, but then your Gene Stealers can't charge him.
True.
You'll have to take the Overwatch.
Right. but that means he'll be dead too.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, let's
so
overcharge.
6 is the hit. Oh,
Oh.
that didn't matter. And I'm just going to use my charge to not engage the command squad. Gene Stealers will just charge your company commander as well. That's how much I'm sure I'm not going to be able to kill him with the Lictor. Yeah, 11 inches, 12 with the Adrenal Glands. So one gets in there, and the other ones will just kind of stick close by. Broodlord will charge the Ogrins. You know what, I'll roll it. Maybe there's some finagling I want to do. He gets to move 4 inches because he's got Adrenal Glands. I'll actually have him go over here. Stay away from the command squad. So I do all my chargers first. So I am going to start with the Gene Stealers. So they're going to pile in. That pile in I'm going to use to engage your company command squad, but I can only attack the commander. I got 9 attacks against that guy. Hit him on 2s, re-rolling 1s because I'm using my talons. 3s, poison doesn't matter now. Good thing, because I didn't, oh my goodness. Well, you've only got 1 wound left, so you can't possibly make 5+ saves, right?
Say that again.
Right, Jordan? Right, thank you.
No,
look at that, look at that. So he dies, Warlord kill, and they'll consolidate in. I'll choose a Lictor next. Now, he's not actually within an inch of an enemy model, so normally I wouldn't be able to choose him, but the rules say you can choose a unit that charged or one that's within an inch. So I'll choose a Lictor, and I'll pile him in. He won't be able to fight, though, because he has to attack the thing that he charged. Broodlord will go next. He's going to pile in such a way that he engages the company command squad as well as the Ogrins, and then I'm going to put all my attacks on the Ogrins because I have to. 6 attacks, hitting on 2s. That's cocked. And he's wounded on 3s. So it doesn't matter if that's a rending or anything like that because you've got 4 up invulns. But each one that you fail will be D3 wounds.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yep, that's
So
gonna be
it's
bad.
probably going to be all of them unless I roll all 1s. Yeah, so it's
you got
3 that'll kill one, 3 will kill another.
Yep.
So they are gone. And now that all the chargers have gone, I choose one of my units. So I'll choose the Hive Tyrant to go after your Leman Russ. 5 attacks, hitting on 4s now. And no re-rolling. And then wounded on 5s. Nice. He actually has Toxin Sacs, so that means that these ones will do 4 wounds each rather than 3, because poison does +1 damage.
Okay.
Except save, -3 to your 3 up. Okay,
Oh.
so that's 6 wounds. Sorry, that's 8 wounds. I destroyed it.
You got it.
What the? Oh, all right. It might blow up.
Yeah.
On a 6, it blows up.
Oh.
No. So, okay. I was not expecting to kill it. That was, yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to pile in 3 inches. Hi, guys. No more commander to give you orders. I know you could just pack away, though, and have these missiles take me down, but still, it'll be a little less. So now you get to choose a squad. It can be the command squad, or it could be this squad.
I'll take...
Doesn't matter. I'm done
yeah.
fighting, so.
Let's go over here.
You're not going to pile in?
Nope.
So just the 2 will fight? 3 attacks, sitting on 4s. And on 6s. No. You want to consolidate? No?
No.
You want to keep them where they are? Then your command squad. How would they like to allocate their attacks? He has to go against the Lictor. These ones have some choices.
We'll put 3 into the Gene Stealers, 1 into the Lictor.
4s to hit the Gene Stealers.
Oh.
And 1 to hit the Lictor. Or 4+ to hit the Lictor. And he got him and he wounded him on a 5. Oh, you're not going to kill him. He's got a 5-up save and he's got 2 wounds left. But he's almost dead. It's down to 1. Morale. I have no morale to do because I've just completely killed stuff. I didn't partially kill squads. So that's the end of my turn. So I managed to do more damage there, but I have a funny feeling I'm about to die. Because it looks like I'm all locked up. But all I had to do is back up, shoot him, back up, shoot them. And I think I will be gone. But let's find out what happens. Maybe I'll really whiff and I'll come in and kill a bunch of your guys.
Yeah, that's possible.
Astra Militarum turn 4. And your movement.
Let's move the Leman Russ away.
Grab an objective. Yeah, I think I'm toast now. But I managed to do some damage before I went down. So I'm happy with that.
Fall back over here. Just get all the way back.
Yeah, so you gotta end more than an inch away from any enemy model.
I think I can do that. Yeah, it's more than an inch.
And stay in coherency.
Yeah, I think you can do it.
Well, what you could have done is just pop these guys over here.
Oh, because they get 6 inches.
Have him over here, and then he could pop
Yeah.
over here. So yes, you could definitely do it. It's just the way you do it.
Okay.
There you go.
Cool. Moving up to get within 6 inches of that guy.
Yeah.
Be right there.
This is where you daka the rest of my guys down. You're no longer safe in close combat. It does shut down squads, but the nice thing about Imperial Guard is you can have layers. And the Tarok, does he want to get on the action?
Yeah, he's going to go to the objective. 14-inch move.
I'm going to fall back with this squad.
Yeah, so we're going to go 6 inches to get on the objective.
All right, to the shooting phase, no orders because your company commander is kaput. So Vanquisher, what is his target going to be?
He's going to shoot at the... Oh, he can't shoot at the Hive Tyrant because he's a character.
That's right. You can't shoot the Hive Tyrant or the Broodlord.
Let's start with the missile launchers then.
Yeah, little nuances, right? Missile launchers, what are they going to do? Crack or frag?
They're going to do crack.
Yeah, good idea. 4s to hit. Yeah, he's most likely dead. Strength 8, so 3s to wound. 5 up invulns. Yeah, and you're going to do 2d6 wounds. I do have my catalyst on, so this is not technically an auto kill, but most likely is.
That's
6. Gonna make 5 up saves.
4. Wow.
So I took 2.
Yeah,
Kills him exactly.
So Meltaguns are gonna go into the Lictor. The Flamer is gonna go into the
Gene Stealer.
Gene Stealers, and we'll put
Blast guns.
blast guns and pistols into the Gene Stealers.
Yeah, you can't target the Broodlord because he's a character.
Yep.
Meltaguns, 4s to hit because he's a Lictor. Normally 3s, so 2 hits, 2s to wound. With no saves, you got him. You only had 1 wound left, so you don't have to do the 2d6 wounds.
Cool.
D6 auto hits from the Flamer against the Gene Stealers, so 4. That wounds them on 4s.
Okay.
And they're going to dance around and try to dodge it on their 5 up invulns. Nope, they're dead. You, sir, are about to table me.
Reserve was huge.
So who would like to be the to have the honor of killing that Broodlord?
Let's do the Vanquisher.
Okay. He moved, but it's a turret weapon on the Lemur, so he still
4.
hits on a 4. Nope.
Nope.
And he got a last cannon, which
On
is
a
a
5.
5 because he moved.
Oh.
The auto cannons.
It's alright.
Auto cannons can do it. 5s to hit. Because they moved. They're
Yep.
heavy. So 5s to hit. 1 hit. That wounds him on 3s with his 5 up save. And they do 2 wounds, right?
Yep.
He's down to 4, so you're not going to kill him. But you got your Stormbolter. 2 shots hitting on
5s? 4s.
4s.
Because they're not heavy.
Okay, my Broodlord survives. So that's your turn. Your morale phase is done. You didn't want to charge. You couldn't charge with the falling back guys. So basically, going on my turn, all I have left is a Broodlord.
Yep.
I can't possibly win this with just a Broodlord. Yes, he can run in and eat a squad. Unless he dies to Overwatch. But then he's dead. So I think I'm going to call it at this point.
Okay.
And just shake your hand. We'll go right into a post-game show. I know this is a free video, but we'll actually do the post-game here because the point of this is to have some discussion on this. First 8th edition game ever. Is your head hurting yet?
Yeah, definitely.
My head is very sore
Yeah,
because there was so many nuances to pick up.
Yeah,
What was the biggest thing that stood out to you?
the consolidating into other units. Once you hit my lines, that was crazy. That you could grab another unit, and they couldn't overwatch. That was pretty tough.
Yeah. And then you could fall back, issue the correct orders, and shoot them anyways.
Yeah, that was key for the guard.
Yeah.
The orders.
So do you think you'd bring more guys that could issue orders next time?
Yeah, I'll probably do 2 company commanders and a platoon.
Because the platoon commander is an elite choice, right?
Yeah, and he does 1 order.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the veterans in the back were huge.
Oh yeah. No, look at your army. Like, first off, imagine what would have happened if you didn't seize.
Yeah.
Because that same charge would have happened, right? Because you didn't really move up. You actually kind of moved back, and I still made all those charges. So I would have made all those charges, and you wouldn't have yet brought my Haruspecs down to 1 wound.
Yeah, and
you wouldn't have killed like 5 or 6 of my Gene Stealers. So huge difference there.
Mm-hmm. That could have been it. I mean, with the squads that are left, if you could have engaged 2 more squads, I would have been able to bring down the flying Hive Tyrant.
And the Haruspecs would have been romping through your lines a lot more.
Yeah, and because if he hit a guard squad, he starts eating guys and then killing another one.
Yeah. Before he was, because normally he's 4s to hit. You had him at 5s to hit.
Yeah.
The 4s to hit is kind of bothersome. I was always bothered by the fact that a lot of my monsters creatures were weapon skill 3 in 7th edition because I'm like, there's these huge guys with just a few attacks and they're always hitting on 4s. And so just always felt that they're ineffective. And they unfortunately carried that over, that a lot of them still hit on 4s.
He does get D3 attacks though with the ball.
No, I know he has lots of attacks, but it's just something about hitting on 4s that just feels kind of, nah.
Yeah, well, the Lehman Russ is the Demolisher with 2 turns because he couldn't hit.
Yeah.
He was hitting on 5s, but even 4s was rough.
Yeah, you were rolling pretty bad. Our rolls were weird. You did a very good first turn of rolling, and then we both sucked for a couple turns.
Yeah.
When I smacked into your lines, I did hardly any damage, but then you did hardly any damage back. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think the combat it bogs the game down a little bit. I think once you know how to play it and it's really solid in your head, I think it'll go fast. But right now, that was definitely where we had the most trouble. And, of course, looking at profiles a bajillion times. I'm trying to remember who has what. Yeah,
and even core rules, figuring out how to do... Because you were doing a really good job with the multi-assaults, getting through my lines.
Yeah.
And characters.
Yeah, so it turns out that if you have a unit like this and a unit like this, and you think you're shielding a character who's right here, because I can't go within an inch of a guy that I'm not charging. So all I have to do is declare a multi-charge against all three of them, and I can pass right through. In fact, I can even end not even having engaged them. As long as I engage something, that lets me go through. So you really need to spread your guys in a way that I really can't get through there. Mm-hmm. Now, of course, if I had any shooting, I could try to open up areas, but you do have control of which guys die.
Yeah, and the command points are key on the... Even though you get one chance to strike with a charging unit, I should have, or using the bullgrin to hit back.
Yeah.
It was big.
It was scary knowing that you could interrupt all my charges.
It made you make choices even when you had like 5 units to charge.
Yeah.
Knowing that I could do that.
Yeah. So getting those command points is key.
Yeah.
Pushing to get the +3 command points. That allows you to do that 3 times throughout the game.
Yeah.
Or mix it with other things that you could do as well. So definitely want to stretch and really fill out those detachments to get you those bonuses. But yeah, so I kind of figured those things out as we went along. I'm like, how can I don't know if manipulate's the right word, but take advantage of all of these things to maximize the damage, because I know as an assaulting army, I've got to engage you as much as possible. Otherwise, you're just going to gun me down. Because it's not what would happen once you could just shoot straight at a guy. For the most part, unless you whiffed, you killed them.
Yeah, and then the deployments, being able to control deployment. I know that I sieged. If I hadn't sieged, you were able to set me up in such a way that I couldn't really hide behind this big terrain piece and be in the back. I had to be able to shoot you, and I couldn't just create a big circle of guys because this was in the way, so you forced me into a good position, and you were able to you picked the deployment that had the closest way you could be to me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't think there's any way you could have been closer, right?
No, definitely. If I had first turn, all those charges would have happened exactly the way they were.
Yeah.
Except I would have lost a bunch of guys before I went in there.
Yeah.
Very different looking game. Would I have won? I have no idea, because we've discovered just how good the multi-gun lines are. Mm-hmm. If you had deployed further back, objective-wise, it would have been harder for you, but you definitely would have made my day harder, because I would have had to go through waves of guys, and you would have been able to pick the targets a lot more. So I'm not sure if an all-assault army for Tyranids will be viable. Now, mind you, I didn't bring like Termagants and Hormagaunts, which I can bring a lot more of, but they're also easier to kill, so it's hard to say. I know like Quirk's playing with the Orcs. I'm not sure if that faction focus will have gone out already, but his is very viable as a close combat army. But he can do huge blobs of guys with really good leadership, so pretty much ignoring the morale rules.
I think if you had some mobs, some blobs, I guess, to hit with, that I couldn't chew through, because I think the Gene Stealer's really good, but they were low model count, so if I got lucky with like the company commander. Yeah,
exactly.
Like one lucky
you kill 1 or 2 and it's a big deal.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, that's true. But they're points wise, it's hard to do a lot of the Gene Stealers.
I guess it's true.
But I could have them supplemented with blobs of units. Kind of go back to my 5th edition way of playing them, where I'd have like a screen of Termagants and then Gene Stealers. Now, mind you, there's not the cover thing anymore, but just having them, because if I can surround your guys so they can't fall back from combat, then that really changes the name of the game too. If I have more guys, you were always able to slip away, but if I had larger groups of guys, then you would have definitely had a harder time with that. You could have
shepherd me.
Yes.
Consolidate towards your other assaulting units.
Yes, exactly, and that could have been more interesting there too. But still, I think this one really does show that the Tyranids have a lot of promise, considering that I went up against that really strong gun line and those tanks with just pure assault. The Haruspex is definitely scary. He didn't get to do much this game, but he definitely has the potential to do a lot. Flying Hive Tyrant is still a very viable option. You can equip him with his... I can't wait to equip him with the 2 Twin Link, or 2 Devour, so it's 4 Devour, so it's 12 shots. Yeah. Or you can actually do the Death Spitters now, so they'll have 12 strength 7 shots.
That'll be a
at
lot.
-1 armor. And I think you're going to see lots of that.
Strength 7 -1?
Yeah.
Wow.
So he's basically got 12 autocannon shots.
Yeah.
And I think he's 2s to hit. Might be 3s to hit when he's shooting, but still.
I think the weapons changing, the way the damage works, and the modifier to armor really caught me off guard. I brought missile launchers kind of to be silly because I haven't brought them in 7th edition.
I know, right? Because they sucked.
Yeah,
right?
but being able to overwatch with a frag missile, you get D6 and then you hit on 6s, that's way more helpful than trying to...
Well, then not being able to fire them at all in Overwatch.
Well, but you're like... You could get 1 on average, I guess, if you roll a 6, but like you still get more chances, right?
Yeah, but I'm trying to say in 7th, you could not fire frag missiles.
Right, yeah.
You can only fire the crack missiles. And now you have a chance to fire 3d6 shots in Overwatch.
Yeah, and the Kraken missiles do the damage d6.
Yeah,
That's a lot.
they're nasty. Missile launchers are definitely good again.
Yeah.
And plasma's good, and blast cannons are good, and battle cannons are good. Auto cannons even are solid choices for taking out your medium targets. So everything feels effective. Did you fire anything that felt like, this weapon is never really going to be effective?
No, I actually was kind of frowning on the melta guns when I read their rules, but I thought they did a really good job against the Lakers.
Jeez, they were really good. Strength 8. I'm starting to get an idea in my head of what strengths are good and which ones aren't.
Yeah.
Because strength 6 to 7 is a somewhat good jump, but 7 to 8 is a big jump.
Yeah.
Because I've been noticing a lot of things are toughness 4 or toughness 7. And so going from 7 to 8, all of a sudden you're doubling out 4, so you're winning on 2s, and you're going to 3s to wound against a lot of vehicles.
Yep.
And you're going to 4s to wound against a lot of vehicles that are toughness 8. So there's a big jump when you hit strength 8.
Yeah.
I think strength 9 will be that next jump where all of a sudden you're mostly winning on 3s.
Yeah, that's a last cannon strength 9.
Yeah, but 9's not going to be the big jump. I think 10 will be the next big jump because all of a sudden you're doubling out on toughness 5 things.
Yeah, there's a lot of toughness 5.
Yeah, so I think those increments here, there's certain numbers. Like 5 is a good increment. Like when you hit strength 5, all of a sudden it's fairly hard to get doubled out. Because I haven't seen anything yet that's higher than toughness 8. I'm not saying they don't exist. I just haven't looked through all the books yet. But still, good game though. Good game.
That was mentally really challenging and really fun.
No, it was. I really enjoyed that because I could tell that you were really, really pushing yourself tactically while trying to figure out the rules. So it wasn't just throwing some models at each other. There was a lot of positioning. This game is going to be huge about positioning, which is funny because you can pull away whatever models you want, which makes it feel it's less about positioning because I can stick my flamers out front, but then the close combat is where it really becomes...
Where your whole unit disposition probably matters more.
Yeah, it's a footprint.
The unit matters less.
Yes.
Yeah,
except to get your flamers out front and your close combat guys out front.
Yeah.
And all your Gribblies are in the back.
Yeah.
Which is not what you're used to.
Yeah, and sergeants leading from the front is going to be huge because they get 3 times more attacks than a regular guardsman.
Yeah, with their chainsword and 2 attack base.
Yeah, and you're kind of in the 7th edition, put my sergeants in the back.
Yeah, because I noticed when you deployed, you put your heavy weapons at the back, your sergeants at the back, but really it's put all your good stuff out front and your crappy things in the back. Mm-hmm. And because you can still kill the crappy things first, and your good stuff will always be in range. So it's like a big flip. I remember when I played Termagants in my last game, I had Devourers and Fleshborers. Usually Devourers are in the back, Fleshborers are in the front. But I was putting Devourers out front and Fleshborers out back to make sure I got those Devourers in range.
Oh, full range, yeah.
And then the Fleshborers I just didn't care about, and they were just my fodder.
Right.
So a total change in mindset about how you place things and how you do things. Well, I hope that you enjoyed that. We're going to be playing another Tyranid game. I actually don't know who's going to be against yet because I have not yet filmed it, but you'll see it right now in the link in the video description below. Make sure you go check out the 2-part Tyranid Faction Focus review. That is up right now, also in the links below. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for more 8th edition 40K reviews and content. And happy wargaming. Wow, my brain is gone.